I went to Diddy's late night party, and there Diddy forced me to bring North as well. He forced me to sell Northwest to him, but I refused. Kanye is putting false accusations on me.
Kim Kardashian allegedly had some videotapes and audio tapes that was actually recovered in the raid at P. Diddy's home.
According to insiders, Kris allegedly orchestrated countless rendezvous between Kim and A-listers, thrusting her into the spotlight at a tender age and blurring the lines between motherhood and exploitation. But hold on to your hats, because we're just scratching the surface. As if exploiting her daughters weren't enough, Kris's tangled web of deception extends even further, intertwining with the scandalous world of hip-hop mogul P. Diddy. And guess what? It's all about to come crashing down around her.
At Hillsong Church Home. Are they the same church? I thought that he left Hillsong to do Church Home, or did Church Home or Hillsong just rebrand as another cult? Church Home. Apparently they're paying off Diddy victims from that slash fund. Bieber might be funding that for them right now. That's so interesting because according to you guys, Kim Kardashian unfollowed Diddy like literally 24 hours before this raid.
Don't scare me, please. What's going on? I can't.
I said, I'm not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say-so.
Kanye West was right about everything. He knows the freakos that are watching her now are gonna love it when she's 18. It's like the same way they were passing around Kylie when she was 17 years old and no one said anything. I just feel bad for the West children because you either have to have a mom that wants to sell you for money or a dad that's gonna sell you Yahtzee propaganda. Like, either way, you're cooked.
The Diddy drama is about to reach new heights, so be ready, everyone. Reports indicate that Diddy will not be leaving easily, and he will not be doing it alone either. Nope. He's hell-bent on bringing everyone else down with him, and you can bet who's at the very top of his list of targets. Yes, you read it right, the Kardashian family. The juicy part is about to begin, so fasten your seatbelts. It turns out that Diddy and the Kardashians' relationships go far back, long before they were the famous Hollywood family that they are today. Rumor has it that Kim K was caught red-handed at one of Diddy's notorious parties, engaging in behavior that would make your granny blush.
We're talking about why Kim Kardashian actually cut ties with Diddy, and baby, it might have been because Diddy's disturbing connections that it looks like people are saying Kim is also involved with. Baby, she's not going down with that ship.
On top of everything else, it seems like Diddy is a little resentful that the Kardashians didn't exactly come to his aid when the going got rough. But here's the kicker. Diddy's not one to go out quietly. Oh no, every shady business and scandalous excursion he's ever had with the Kardashian clan will be exposed as he is prepared to dish the beans. Kim was taken aback by this news, since she is well aware that she is set to face significant challenges. So grab your popcorn and hang on to your hats, because we're in for a crazy voyage through the glamour, and scandal of Hollywood's elite. Get ready to see the consequences as the Diddy Kardashian scandal unfolds before our very eyes.
We're closing in on Kim Kardashian. The FBI investigation, initially a tremor threatening her carefully constructed image, has morphed into a full-blown earthquake threatening to engulf her entire empire. Leaked information paints a picture of a woman who allegedly used a seductive facade to mask a ruthless ambition.
For years, we've watched the Kardashians rubbing shoulders with Diddy, and now some startling new information has come to light. Not only did Kim Kardashian know about Diddy's dirty activities, but she also reportedly helped him bury the evidence and even paid off his victims in return for cash. Let me give you a chance to gather your breath, because this is going to become much crazier. Remember when Kay Williams mentioned that Diddy wasn't the only one with a murky past? He wasn't kidding. Diddy is not the only star going down. Lots of people are being pulled down with him, and it appears like Kim Kardashian is one of them. You won't believe the ridiculous things Kim is accused of doing for Diddy. Reports claim she reportedly helped him pay off his victims and keep his freak-off partners quiet. It appears like Kim could have been pulling the wool over our eyes when it comes to her finances. The grapevine is humming with whispers that she's suffering major financial issues. It's virtually hard to dispute these statements. We all know how Kim and her sisters love to flaunt their riches on social media, showing off their luxury vehicles and luxurious mansions, but behind the scenes, things may not be as rosy as they look. Kim's supposedly swimming in debt, and her luxury lifestyle might be a facade covering a far grimmer reality. First, let's look into Kim's financial maneuvers. She's always had a bit of a dubious image when it comes to money, eager to do just about anything to get a buck. Rumor has it, she's not afraid to get her hands dirty, cozying up to some unsavory figures in the money business. And let's not forget her days before stardom, when she worked as a closet assistant for Brandy. Word on the street is that Kim didn't play fair back then and was suspected of stealing from Brandy with the aid of her sister Khloe.
4 hours before the raid, Kim Kardashian decides to unfollow Diddy, right? Well, come to find out, this person by the name of Lou Taylor is apparently Diddy's manager.
That a mother sat down and decided to sell her daughter's body for fame and money.
So here's the skinny on what went down during Kim's term as Brandy's closet helper. Kim got access to Brandy's credit card for a one-time transaction, and Brandy's mom was keeping tabs on the card. But things took a change once Kim parted company with Brandy. She, along with Khloe and their brother Rob, recognized an opening and took a substantial $120,000 from Brandy's mom. Kim hung on to those credit card numbers for years, waiting for the appropriate opportunity to make her move. When she believed enough time had elapsed, she went for it. To mask their traces, they routed the stolen cash via their own shops, Dash and Smooch. Instead of spending it all at once, they felt it would be harder to detect because Brandy was already known for her buying sprees. But guess what? They was caught red-handed since those transactions weren't allowed by Brandy's mom, who was in control of the payments. At first, Brandy's mom tried to keep things chill, giving Kim a chance to make things right without involving the law, all thanks to their connections with Brandy and Ray J. But when Kim kept stalling for over a year without returning the money, Brandy and Ray J's mom decided enough was enough and sued them. However, Brandy and Ray J managed to smooth things up, persuading their mom to abandon the lawsuit and settle matters privately. According to Ray J, this entire situation was the straw that broke the camel's back in his relationship with Kim. This was the true reason he broke up with her.
Her handwriting and her fingerprints all over my contract. When you look at the two, when you look at my signature and you look at her signature on my deliverables, that say sex tape number 1, sex tape number 2, and guess what? The third sex tape or the second they've been trying to play me on, it called Santa Barbara Sex. Her mama made us go shoot it for safety. She watched the mother and said, hey, we're gonna go with the first one because the first one is better. It gives my daughter a better look than the second one that I made y'all go do. But you watched it and made a decision. And then you get on to whatever show you was on and take a lie detector test with a fraud.
Not because of their famed pornographic video, but it wasn't the only time Kim was engaged in questionable activities before her rise to prominence. She was also tied to a money laundering scam involving a sugar daddy dubbed Joe Low, a Malaysian businessman suspected of shifting illicit money around. Insiders indicate that Kim regularly went with Low to gambling houses and casinos. In 2009, she even boasted about traveling back to LA, clutching a garbage bag full of $250,000 in cash that he won at a casino in Las Vegas. But it appears out this could have been part of a far wider money laundering scheme. Low has been accused of masterminding a conspiracy to steal $4.5 billion from a Malaysian state-run development fund dubbed 1MDB. International authorities have been chasing him for his part in this colossal swindle. Despite catching the FBI's notice and being under investigation, Kim somehow managed to escape incurring any charges. Now hang on to your hats because it gets much more strange. There are speculations that the Kardashian-Jenner clan may not be as affluent as they look. It's been believed that they've been using some cunning techniques to avoid paying taxes, using a church called the California Community Church. This church was really put up by their momager, Kris Jenner. Here's how it reportedly works. By contributing enormous quantities of money to this church, people might possibly earn substantial tax write-offs. Some individuals believe this could be a means for the family to disguise their actual financial status and keep up their appearance of infinite luxury. So not only has Kim been accused of being part of a money laundering conspiracy, but the entire family could possibly be complicit in evading taxes.
People are saying Kim Kardashian was so common at Diddy's FOs that she was treated as VIP, and even going as far as saying she was like Ghislaine Maxwell in the Diddy case. You know, like helping to get kids to join the parties. One of those was said to be Justin Bieber, and a resurfaced clip shows Kim and Justin at a photo shoot. Kim was 30, Justin 15. The shoot was a romantic theme. It featured Kim putting her lips on Justin after she put her lips on Ray J in a tape. Justin referred to Kim as his girlfriend, and Kim even said she would date him when he was old. There's talk that she did get with him when he turned 16. In fact, he got with the whole Kardashian family. This falls right in line with how she supported Balenciaga, who was called out for using themes in their campaigns. Kris Jenner was said to be in the tapes as well, and she's since run off with handler Corey Gamble, and it's a family affair now. Kim Kardashian is linked to the Diddy lawsuit. Yeah, Kim 24 hours before the raid unfollowed Diddy despite continuing to follow him even after the Cassie lawsuit was settled. Turns out Kris Jenner makes all of her daughters give 10% of their income to a church. The church is run by none other than Lou Taylor. So Lou is allegedly Diddy's manager, and Diddy is asking Lou to pay off the victims to keep them quiet. Lou is the one who put Britney Spears in a conservatorship, and while Kim was married to Kanye, she tried to force him in one too. And during these so-called conservatorships, The Guardian steals money from these celebrities and pays out victims through the church to make it seem like donations. And people think Kim is involved in the trafficking ring after her Balenciaga endorsement. Balenciaga was called out for advertising CP in their campaign.
These thoughts imply that their lavish lifestyle might be at least partly founded on some illicit financial practices. As we dive further into the Kardashian-Jenner business, it becomes evident that their tale is considerably more nuanced and contentious than the glamorous picture they display to the world. Back in 2009, the California Community Church was registered as a charity and wants its members to pay $1,000 per month plus give 10% of their annual earnings. Guess who's leading the pack in these so-called donations? Yep, you guessed it. The Kardashians themselves. Now here's where things gets a little dicey. The 10% gift translates into a great tax savings each year. Considering Kim estimates she rakes in roughly $80 million a year, that's a stunning $8 million off her taxes. But wait, there's more. Kris Jenner just so happens to be the one controlling the show at the church. This means when the Kardashian sisters hand up their 10%, it's practically lining their mom's pocketbook. Kris could easily find methods to feed that money straight back to them, so they're not actually giving up anything at all, while still getting the advantages of that large tax break. Talk about playing the system. Keep this portion about the church in mind, because we're going to circle back to it in a moment. Now, back to the Kardashians and their nefarious money maneuvers. The entire issue seems extremely strange and definitely comes off as dodgy. But it doesn't stop there. Since a lot of things don't appear to line up with Kim's finances, people are certain that she has been exaggerating her salary and net worth. This type of shadiness is nothing new to the Kardashians. We all remember how Kylie was busted by Forbes for lying about how much her Kylie Cosmetics company was worth, which led to her losing her billionaire title. While Kim is still technically a millionaire, others claim she doesn't behave like it. In 2022, she was investigated by the SEC after she touted the cryptocurrency Ethereum Max, without adding a disclaimer to reflect that it was a sponsored ad and that she had been paid to do so. This led to a pump and dump plan involving the cryptocurrency, and Kim became caught up in that frenzy too. She was slammed with a hefty punishment of $1.26 million for her involvement in the dubious enterprise. But wait, there's more tea brewing. Even though Kim claims to be a millionaire, many are giving her the side eye over her Instagram career. Seriously? A millionaire still selling advertisements on Instagram? It's had everyone scratching their heads. It's more Instagram influencer feelings than rich business leader, don't you think? This has led to even more rumors claiming that Kim and her whole family may not be swimming in riches as much as they want us to think. Don't get me wrong, she's not broke, but she may not have as much money as she says. Things became even more fascinating when we found out that while married, Kanye took care to keep his funds separate from hers. Even when they were all lovey-dovey, he wasn't going to get wrapped up in her money issue and risk taking a blow to his own cash account. Sources broke the beans to People magazine, stating that Kim and Kanye kept their financial flow tightly divided. His money was his, and her money was hers. It appears like even in the land of the wealthy and famous, it's every individual for himself when it comes to the moolah. And it appears her financial woes have only become worse after her divorce from Kanye. Last year, it was rumored that she was in tremendous debt, $48 million to be precise. According to rumors, she took out a mortgage of $48 million on her $70 million property. The crazy part? She can't approach her relatives for aid since they're all severely in debt too. Her mom, Kris Jenner, has a lengthy record of debts. According to The Sun, she took out a loan for $7.25 million in August 2018, which was followed by a fresh arrangement for a stunning $40 million loan the following month via the financial organization Crosswind Venture Fund. In January 2019, she borrowed $5.2 million and then $5.25 million in June of same year. Kylie also borrowed $7.5 million. Long story short, the Kardashians are $132 million in debt, which is absolutely ridiculous. But hey, they've got to pay for their luxury clothing and private planes somehow, right? Their financial woes are only the latest in a lengthy string of what others are dubbing their flop era. They may want to level up their game soon, and if Kim thinks Kanye would bail her out, she best think again. Sources indicate that Kanye is 100% focused on his new wife, Bianca Censori, and has zero thoughts or concern for Kim outside of their 4 kids.
There's been a lot going on with Kanye right now.
How he looks so down on me for like my tape and brings it up all over town, all over the media, like thanks for reminding people once again. And I have to sit here and not say anything ever because I know one day my kids will appreciate that. And I know that is the best thing for them. He was the one that started a rumor that said I was hooking up with Drake, having an affair, our whole marriage. She accused me of that publicly. I really can't wrap my head around how he thinks he is a protector.
Sometimes Kanye will say to me, can I have approval over what you say about me on your show? And I'll say, well, you just talked about me in this song, this interview, and you didn't ask my permission. I never say anything negative. If I say I'm exhausted, I feel guilty about that.
We could have told her that for free. But if you think things couldn't get any dirtier or shadier for Kim, well, you must be new here, because it's always one thing or another with Kim and her whole family. Not only are they in debt, but Kim Kardashian is also set to face legal difficulties with Diddy. So if you're wondering why we're diving into her financial difficulties and how they link to Diddy, let me lay it out for you.
At 5:30 a.m. for this party, I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
When folks received wind of Kim unfollowing Diddy only 24 hours before the raid, it prompted a flurry of suspicion. Fans wasted no time researching into her background, and wow, did they unearth some shady deals between her and Diddy. The narrative deepened even further when TikTok sleuth BB, the songwriter, went into Kim and Diddy's suspected participation in Britney Spears' conservatorship drama. Rumor has it that Diddy, along with his then-manager Lou Taylor, had a hand in placing Britney Spears under conservatorship. Reports say that only days before Britney's notorious VMA performance, she was partying with Diddy until the early hours of the morning, with some even believing that drinks supplied to her by Diddy could have included narcotics. But wait, there's more. Rumor also has it that Kim tried to perform a similar maneuver on Kanye. In one interview, Kanye even confirmed,
they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music.
Now, I realize this may seem like a far-fetched Hollywood scenario, but when you start connecting the dots, it all begins to make a twisted sort of logic. You see, Kim has a tight friendship with Lou Taylor, the brain behind Britney's conservatorship. Lou's reputation for playing dirty when it comes to her customers precedes her. Aside from Britney's case, there have been murmurs about Lou trying similar acts with other celebrities, including Lindsay Lohan. Fortunately, Lindsay's family battled tooth and nail to get her out of Lou's grasp. Now, how does all of this relate back to Kim? Well, remember Kris Jenner's church I mentioned earlier? Initially, many felt it was simply a dirty ploy by the Kardashians to gain tax write-offs, but it goes deeper than that. Lou Taylor happens to be a board member of the church, and allegations claim that it received considerable contributions from Diddy to allegedly pay off his victims over the years. On the surface, it looks as if the church is merely involved in charitable activities, but the truth is considerably more sinister. But here's where it gets really mind-blowing. Kim Kardashian is in a major tizzy right now because there's this video flying around that reportedly catches her getting up to some dirty business at one of Diddy's renowned parties. And let me tell you, this is no ordinary kerfuffle for the Kardashian gang. It's like their entire enterprise is dangling by a thread, and this leaked tape may be exactly the thing to snip it. The gossip mill is working hard, particularly around Kim and her mom, Kris Jenner. Word on the street is that they could be caught red-handed on this tape, mixing it up with some less than savory behaviors alongside Diddy. Now ordinarily, the Kardashians thrive on touching shoulders with huge stars in Hollywood like Diddy. It's their bread and butter for remaining relevant. But if this video is the genuine thing, it might mean doom for Kim and Kris. Folks are suggesting that this tape isn't just any innocuous paparazzi shot. It's got the goods, the type of material that may get them in some real hot water with the authorities. And if that's the case, you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to wreak upheaval in Kardashian land like never before. Now here's the real kicker. The Kardashian enterprise, as bright and gorgeous as it may look on Instagram and TV, could have some skeletons hiding in its closet. There's rumors that their climb to the top wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, but rather featured some shady transactions with Diddy and other big names in Tinseltown. So if you're wondering why Kim may be facing the end of her fame and money over some fight with Diddy, strap up, because we're about to scoop all the tea on how this legal drama could send the entire Kardashian house of cards crumbling down.
I just have anxiety. Are you sure it's safe here?
Yeah, it's safe there. I promise you. Look, I went through the same thing, I promise you.
Alright, let's go into this entire Diddy situation and the complex web it's building in Hollywood. The Kardashian-Jenner family had been staying hush about it, but here's the scoop. Kim Kardashian secretly unfollowed Diddy on Instagram only a day before Homeland Security came knocking on his door last month. Coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. But if you think that things couldn't get much messier or shadier for Kim, well, you must be new here, since it's always one thing or another with Kim and her whole family. But this just could be the worst of it. See, she's been caught up and revealed as Diddy's madam in his ongoing problem with the authorities. And it appears like Kim has excelled herself this time. Looks like the cat is out of the bag when it comes to Kim Kardashian's unexpected bout of forgetfulness involving Diddy. At first, we all felt she was simply attempting to separate herself from him owing to the controversy spreading around him. But wait up, why is she still cozying up to Balenciaga then? That raised some significant eyebrows. Well, it turns out there could be more to Kim's distancing act than meets the eye. Rumor has it that she's been running frightened, worried that people would start drawing the dots between her and Diddy's dirty practices. And guess what? They did exactly that. When the entire Diddy mess hit the fan, some began speculating that he had some major hitters in his camp helping him evade the repercussions. I'm talking about powerful pals with substantial influence in high places. Names like Jay-Z and Beyonce were bandied about, but there was one name that passed beneath the radar: Kim Kardashian.
Hey, this is Big Girl Diary. If you're Kim Kardashian, you wish that you can close your eyes and say, "Oh my goodness, let me wake up from this horrible nightmare." You can't escape from P. Diddy and Homeland Security and the connection with you. But it goes a little deeper. Justin Bieber said that Kim Kardashian, you were worse than P. Diddy. Who is worse than P. Diddy? That was quite interesting because you're 29 and he's 16. He's looking like he's trying to drop your hand like a bad habit. And no matter how hard you try, your whole family is connected to P. Diddy. Scary, isn't it? And Kris just loves him to pieces. Yes, she does. You like those young guys, don't you, Kris? All of this started with L.A. Reid.
Yep, Fans performed some detective work and linked the dots quicker than you can say scandal. Looks like Kim's effort to fly under the radar only ended up lighting a spotlight on her role, or lack thereof, depending on who you ask, in the entire fiasco. Tough break for someone who's accustomed to being in charge of the narrative, huh? You see, Kim and Diddy are long-standing acquaintances with a relationship that goes far back. I'm talking close enough that he was one of the very few persons she had the privilege of being followed by on Instagram, so it's evident that there's clearly something going on between these two, and when she abruptly unfollowed him, folks were buzzing with conjecture that someone told off Kim to separate herself from Diddy before things got too heated. Now who might be behind this tip-off? Well, a few names are circulating about, including Lou Taylor, who used to oversee Britney Spears' financial affairs. Rumor has claimed that she engineered Britney's contentious conservatorship and got a good fortune from it. And then there's Kris Jenner's lover, Corey Gamble, who's been under criticism recently. Some alarming claims have surfaced, tying him to the unfortunate death of Diddy's ex, Kim Porter. Remember when Kanye West went on about Corey being CIA? Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So let's start with Lou. She's been in the limelight for all the wrong reasons, accused of exploiting unstable young stars like Britney Spears. There's conjecture that she had a role in establishing Britney's conservatorship, supposedly pocketing millions in the process. Even Britney's mom, Lynn, claimed in her biography that Lou was behind the entire incident, and it doesn't end there. Rumor has it Lou attempted doing similar antics with other stars, including Lindsay Lohan, Amanda Bynes, and Justin Bieber. Now, Lou Taylor's not exactly making friends in Hollywood these days, since just lately Courtney Love accused her of attempting to take control of her affairs, denouncing her as a guard dog, SS, and spin doctor on Twitter. It's little surprise the Kardashians accepted Lou into their circle with open arms. Remember when Kanye West had his breakdown in 2020 and fled to Wyoming, saying Kim and Kris were going to get him? Well, rumor has it that Kim and Kris were definitely contemplating placing Kanye under conservatorship, and they supposedly sought out to Lou Taylor for advice. However, they apparently scrapped the idea as Kanye began calling them out publicly.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these all you fake hard
really do feel this way. This Kim Kardashian, Derek, devoted her life to something, but it certainly wasn't the pursuit of academic excellence. She didn't even go to college, Harvey.
But the Kardashians' bond with Lou extends beyond mere friendship. According to paperwork acquired by Page 6, Lou and her firm TriStar were named as registered agents for multiple Kardashian and Jenner enterprises, including King Kai LLC, King Kylie Holdings, and KKW Fragrance. And during Kim and Kanye's divorce procedures, it came to light that Kim had selected Lou as the manager of her trust fund. Now you may be wondering, what does all of this have to do with Diddy? Well, Lou and Diddy go far back to their days working together at Uptown Records in the 90s, and she was also one of Diddy's managers back then. But here's when things become truly dark. There are reports circulating that Lou once reached out to Diddy requesting him to provide Britney Spears with narcotics before her notorious 2007 VMAs performance. This act, which happened only months before Britney was put under conservatorship, was purportedly organized as a last humiliation ritual to depict Britney as sick and in need of a guardian. The night before the VMAs, Britney was spotted partying with Diddy in Vegas, hitting up various clubs and apparently indulging in tainted beverages. People magazine reportedly said that Britney made stops at numerous hotspots, including Body English Club and Pure Nightclub, where she was greeted by Diddy. Some suspect that the narcotics given by Diddy led to Britney's terrible VMAs performance the following day, implying that her subpar act was due to her partying in Sin City rather than a lack of preparation time. But Britney's exploits are simply the tip of the iceberg. Enter Diddy and his legal issues. Producer Lil Rod has put him into the limelight with a lawsuit claiming that Diddy is conducting a RICO operation. And guess who's included in the case? None other than Diddy's accountant, Robin Greenhill. Now here's where it gets juicy. Greenhill happens to be an executive at Lou Taylor's organization, and according to Britney's former security, Alex Vlasov, she had a part in spying on Britney during her conservatorship days. Vlasov adds that Greenhill recommended putting up an iPad to monitor Britney's iCloud account, allowing her managers access to every part of Britney's life, from her texts to her images. It's a disturbing breach of privacy that raises significant issues about the extent some individuals would go to preserve power. And then there's Kris Jenner and her love companion, Corey Gamble. Ever wonder what he did before being the Kardashians' primary squeeze? Well, according to none other than Kanye West, Corey has strong links to federal institutions and served as a celebrity manager. Kanye even voiced worries about who precisely was around his kids in the Kardashian family, alluding to Corey's mystery background. In fact, he once wrote a fairly harsh text to Kris, inquiring why they never met Corey's family.
Kanye texted Corey something really rude. Kanye was like, I think it's weird, like we've never met his family.
That's weird.
Then the summer of 2020 brought Kanye West into the headlines once again, this time with bombshell claims against Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian. Kanye made news by stating that Kris and Kim were seeking to have him committed, and he didn't stop there. He also called out Corey Gamble, Kris's boyfriend, expressing his uneasiness with Corey being near his children. Kanye went to Twitter, tweeting, "Kris, don't play with me. You and that call me are not permitted near my children. Y'all attempted to lock me up." Fast forward to 2022, and Kanye reignited the feud, this time focusing on Corey's alleged ties to Diddy and his role as Justin Bieber's handler. In a series of blistering tweets, Kanye characterized Corey as godless and questioned his presence in their lives, hinting that Corey's motivations were less than pure. Kanye alluded to Corey's participation with dubious firms and groups, hinting that Corey's influence stretched much beyond what caught the eye. Kanye even detailed an event when he had to remove Corey from his daughter's birthday celebration, hinting at problems between them. But arguably, the most stunning revelation came when Kanye stated that Corey works for the CIA. In a leaked video from last year, Kanye can be heard claiming he was the CIA. Yes, Corey, CIA. This bombshell revelation added another layer of intrigue to Corey's already mysterious past.